As y'all can see right here on your screen, the Wuvid mutant has officially made landfall in the United States for the first time. And my first question was, does this mean we're going to enter another quarantine? Because remember when Wuvid-19, well, back at the time when they didn't even have a name for it, when it made landfall here in the States, it was in Washington. I believe it was Washington or Oregon. It was one of those two states, but I want to say it was Washington. That's when stuff started to slow down with just that one incident, with that one case. Now it has been confirmed to be in Colorado. In Colorado, that's on that West Coast, I believe that West Coast time, not the far West Coast, but it's over there. So some of you have already heard how serious this is. I believe they said it came from Europe. They said they've had cases in South Africa. The latest was they had some in Canada. And I said, yeah, it's in Canada. It won't be long before it makes it to the States. Well, now they have confirmed that this variant came from the UK and it is now officially in the US. Imagine you are battling an already ongoing deadly virus. Now you have to battle another strain that they say is worse on top of the one that you're already battling. And then they're trying to roll out this vaccine, or they're not trying to, they are. And now they're going to have to go back to the lab because I highly doubt that the vaccine that they have right now is going to work for this new one. This is a whole new strand version, however you want to call it, that is now officially in the U.S. But like I said, one of my biggest questions was, does this mean we're going to enter into another quarantine like we did back in March of this year that lasted from March all the way through early parts of June for some states? But I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see what else they're talking about. The first confirmed case of the new, more transmissible Wuvid-19 variant first discovered in the UK has been discovered in the United States. Colorado Governor Jared Polis said Tuesday that a state laboratory confirmed the variant known as B117 in a male in his 20s who is currently in isolation in Elbert County. State authorities say the man had no travel history and so far no close contacts have been identified. Now, it's interesting they say that because with the two cases they found in Canada, they too did not travel outside of Canada or anywhere. So my only prediction is the person who had it came from overseas here and brought it with them. That's the only thing I can, pretty much put a stamp on as far as a hypothetical guess. Because remember, we can't really travel to certain places. Like, we are like literally locked down or locked out of a lot of nations to go to. In Europe and the UK is one of them. So, and I don't think they have too many lockdown protocols over there. So they can come and go as they please. So I think somebody from over there bought it over here. And that's how it got here. Just like what happened the first go round back earlier this year. Someone from over there came here and bought it. The mutant Wuvid-19 variant has already been detected in at least 18 other countries, including the United Kingdom. Denver International Airport isn't currently operating a direct flight to the UK, the Colorado Sun notes. Though direct flights to some of the countries, including Canada, are available, which, by the way, is where that first case, as far as the continent of North America, that's where it was detected, in Canada. A couple in Ontario, Canada, tested positive for B117 earlier this week. There is a lot we don't know about this new Wuvid-19 variant, but scientists in the United Kingdom are warning the world that it is significantly more contagious, Polis said in a statement. The health and safety of Coloradans is our top priority, and we will closely monitor this case, as well as all Wuvid-19 indicators, very closely. Researchers in the UK warned last week that B117 is around 56% more contagious than the initial strain of the virus that first emerged late last year in China. So far, however, the mutations do not appear to make it more deadly. Recently approved Wuvid-19 vaccines produced by Pfizer and Moderna are expected to be effective against the new strain. So we can only listen. I can only take that with a grain of salt. They saying that this vaccine right here can work against this one, where it says it's 56% more contagious. That's over half. And I realize they don't go into much detail about how it is more contagious. Like, we know that with this one, you can't be around, in too close quarters with a lot of people. Okay, fine. But this one says 56% more contagious. So what does that mean? Like, how much social distancing will you have to do in order to consider yourself to be in a safe spot? Because they're leaving it very open. Because with the original one, they said, oh, you got to be 6 feet apart. You can't be around, more than this amount of people. What does this one mean? Are you saying you have to be 12 feet apart and you can't be around more than one person? Like, what is it? Like, they're leaving it very, very open right now. They're probably going to come up with something in the next week or a couple weeks about this, because now that this is a new one, now they got to come up with a way to explain it. Really, it should be on the UK's watch to come up with it, since it started there. Because that's, as far as we know, that's where it came from. But now we have another issue on our hands. Officially now. If they're lucky, they can keep it contained to just within the state of Colorado. That means if they have to put the state of Colorado into an entire quarantine by itself, put them in a bubble, no one can leave, no one can come in, so be it. Because we already got enough on our hands with this one to now have to deal with another one that they say is 56% more contagious than what we're dealing with right now. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on to all. And I will talk to you in the next one.